Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome again to the discourse of problem solving. It is very simple to be complex. It is very simple to be complex, and it is very complex to be simple. It is very complex to be simple. Emotion is one of the most complex happenings around us. We don't even know what emotion is striking us. We're far, far into no man's land. We are far, far into the no man's land before we realize what train we took and what journey it is and what destination are we heading for. We are very rich people. We can buy a ticket without knowing which train is going to take us where, but we have paid for the ticket. You have paid for the ticket. You are paying for the ticket. It's not a ticketless traveling, and it is not free of cost holiday ride. It's not. You have paid for the ticket, you're paying for it, and you're emptying your pocket. You're emptying your pocket with a lot of dedication. It's simple to be complex. It's simple to be emotional. And it's complex to be simple. Why? Because the level of complexity which has gone in creating that that emotion has to be now unwound. It has to be unwound. So we have a very complex demand on the subject of qualifying our emotion. I often ask God, why don't we have dreams instead of desires? Why don't we have dreams instead of desires? Because when I look at the desire, I generally go for possession. Somebody else's fist, I want to open and grab it for me. I don't have an ability to create oneself. Didn't I give you an example of music? A well-known song is resung to check how well are the notes you're performing on. How many people create their own music? That's unthinkable for us. So we end up doing competition with hundreds of others who want to sing the same song, or some better song, or some song in and around the quality called better song. That's purely based on the popularity. We want to be in the crowd and create a space for ourselves. Say, go back, go back, go back, go left, go right. I want to create a space. That's what our motive seems to be. Because we are left to desire, we thrive on desires. I often ask God, why don't you give me more dreams? Why don't you give me more dreams? It'll take away all the aspirations of trying to do something what somebody else is already doing. I ask you, we're talking for several hours now. We spent very valuable time in integrating with each other. Would you like me to read a book? or would you like me to express myself? So, may we play our own orchestra, may we play our own song, may we write our own poetry. Somehow that cult is missing. Too much of desires and too less dreams. Well, that is a quote. And I can't stop myself in telling you the economics of a quote. Economics of a quote. Every quote gives astonishment. It creates a miraculous solution for very difficult problems. It has wonderful dramatics. It has great cinematic. It has great characterization. It has great imagination. It's easy to recall. It's got a rhythm, it's got a music. A good quote always have a rhythm, always have a rhyme, always have a music, always have a meter if there are two lines in a quote. That's the economics of quote. And it prevails upon you. It gives you a feeling that you suddenly now got a freedom from vagaries of life. That you can do something unto yourself, something by yourself, something for yourself. So we establish a new hypothesis. Don't crucify me, I'll take back my words. So we'll establish a new theory. Hypothesis is not a theory. So we now propose a new theory. Let's learn to dream than to desire. Let's learn to dream than to desire. Desire is a normal, human, common man perspective. Dream is more enlightened, more advanced, humanitarian culture. It's more about the private living. It's more about ability to find your own ground. You're not grabbing anything from anywhere. So once you become a seasoned, a champion emotional economist, some people call it emotional intelligence also. But here I specifically want to talk about economics because we are into problem-solving domain. Once you are into being a master of emotional economics, you will probably have no more a situation, oh, that's a bad guy, not welcome here. That's a bad guy, not welcome here. Oh, she's a horrible girl. How nasty. She's a horrible girl. She thinks she's beautiful. She thinks she's all the, metro cult about her. And people call her, she's a horrible girl. No more those unwelcome remarks. Because now you are emotionally economic. When you're doing something good, you make a loud presence, you know it deserves, the situation deserves that. When you aren't, you quietly slip into the crowd and sit at the back of it. That's emotional economics. Somebody else is performing. You don't want everybody to rise just because you have come to the audience. No, that's not fair. That's not fair. Even if you're a big man. The bigger you are and the more in the fraternity of ideals you are, the more you'll need to be emotionally economic. Probably you have enough on the platter. You don't need to grab anything from anywhere. No more desires, only dreams. No more withdrawals. No more withdrawals. Sorry, I didn't say this. Otherwise, a part of the day goes in saying sorry letters, writing sorry letters, sorry messages. And you are still fuming about the person to whom you have to say sorry. What an ugly way of creating that emotion of sorry. No more remorses. No more remorses. It's not sorry I took this piece of cake from your plate and I want to bring it back. Oh, would he ever eat that? You already brought it to your plate and then you want to bring it back to him. Shoddy, very shoddy, isn't it? But in an urge to demonstrate your remorse, you might still do that. And he will not only leave his plate, probably leave the party. No more remorses, no more withdrawals, no more sorry letters, and no more those pensive isolations. Oh God, why did I do this? Oh gosh, why did I make that comment? I didn't mean it. If you didn't mean it, why does your word carry a meaning which it is not supposed to? But I understand, I empathize with all. You can recall this quote 100 times in a day. It is very easy to be complex, and it is very complex to be simple. So, such simplicity of thought, why did I do it in the first place? It's a simple thing, isn't it? It's much more within your control not to say a word, not to make a gesture. It was very easy for you. You didn't do it. Now you're taking a much more complex route to simplify your relationship with the person concerned. No more back and forths. No more back and forth. You don't charge for the run and then come back. Don't charge for the run and come back. Because when you charge, the other person gets out of his crease and you are creating a mighty danger for him. Emotional economics. You are sure you can construct a run here. But it is not your desire to somehow run the next ball for a single, on the next ball for a single. If that is your desire because you are close to half a century or 100 runs or a century, okay, if that is a desire that prevails on you, you will never be able to play the ball well. Because first the ball needs to be handled. First the ball needs to be directed. Before you create a reason to run out of your crease and reach the other end. Complex things are simple. Simple things are very complex. So how does a coach write a program for the batsman which enables him to make a right choice and ensure if he doesn't get the run, at least he doesn't run out the other party, his partner. At least he ensures his partner does not run out. It's a very costly affair to be carrying an emotion, and it is a very economic affair to worry or to think about emotional economics. It's a level reality for all of us. We can now measure the output of every moment. We can now measure the input cost for every moment. We can measure which moments we have created. We can measure which moments we have to walk in. They're already ready to serve. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, how big that program is. How big that program is. But it's within our domain and it is within the frontier of our responsibility that we find the solution for even such a complex program being run in a simple way. If there is any bug in the program, it is within our responsibility to debug that. May we do that at the earliest and feel even more confident that we are not creating unnecessary problems. We are not creating unnecessary problems. With that, I sign off on this episode with a message. Come to problem solving. Come to life.